Hello, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for being here, for tuning in. My name is Echo Forest. I am a sound healer and also a human design specialist and fanatic here in Sedona, Arizona. So I am extremely passionate about ascension and healing and growth and expansion and raising our level of consciousness and attuning to our highest vibration, attuning to our highest alignment, so that ultimately we can utilize our energies in the most efficient way possible and have the biggest impact in this world that we can, and ultimately to reach our highest potential. And so along the way, throughout my own healing journey, I've gathered so many different tools, so many different modalities I've studied and trained in, and really finding human design has been one of the biggest revelations for me along my journey. I'll share a bit about my past and my evolution here in a bit, but I'm really just passionate about living in the healthiest way I possibly can, and living connected with nature and in tune with nature's rhythms and nature's cycles and nature's patterns. I am very, very connected with nature and really embrace getting back to the basics and simplicity as much as possible. But yeah, along with all the different things I've studied, the sound healing, energy work, Reiki, different psychic tools and awareness, different emotional tools of ways to move through and transmute our emotions, in addition to just simply embracing and accepting them. All these different modalities that lead to healing, that lead to us transcending lower states of consciousness and anchoring into higher frequencies and vibrations, and ultimately supporting all of us in the creation of new earth and in the embodying the frequency of the fifth dimension, and also just supporting one another. So yeah, that's a little bit about my passions and my work and my drive and my desire. So I've been feeling called for many years to start a YouTube channel, and have moved through a lot of blocks around it, have moved through a lot of different things around it, and there have been a lot of signs lately and a lot of people giving me things to respond to in terms of starting a YouTube channel. So I share that, kind of bringing in a little bit of my human design awareness into this. So I mostly really want to share a lot on this channel about human design, one, as this is an incredible modality to tap into our highest potential, to really have a map before us to see where we're acting from our conditioning, where we're taking in energy from others, and how to move through that deconditioning process and come into alignment with our highest and truest potential, to utilize our energies in the most efficient way possible, and ultimately to have the greatest impact that we can on this earth. So human design is something that I have been a complete sponge for. It just resonates on every cell of my being. I had a very quick ability to just like digest and assimilate human design, and then be able to transmit those codes in a way that is easily understood to people, based off of the feedback I've been given throughout the time I've been doing readings and workshops. And it is such an incredible tool to tap into, and can be used in such a wide variety of ways. And in addition to that, so I want to share a lot about human design on this channel, and specifically around my journey with human design and different revelations that I have had, and sharing about my experiment with my design, so that hopefully it's relatable to other people. And yeah, I feel it's always powerful just to share our own journey, because there's so many people who are relating to what we're going through. And yeah, I feel I will also probably share some guided meditations, some sound healing sessions, and just kind of see where the journey takes me. Um, yeah, I really started my healing journey in 2017. Um, Consciously started my healing journey in 2017 when I was invited to my first ayahuasca ceremony. And it was at the very beginning of 2017. I thought I was there to heal from PTSD, which had really, really plagued me for 2.5 years. Was probably the most intense of it, and I'm sure I will share another video at some point about that. Um, but yeah, I had no idea that it was going to be like unlocking Pandora's box, and turns out, whoa, there's like so many different things inside of me that want to be healed and revealed. And it's been a beautiful journey. In the beginning, I probably wouldn't have described it that way. But plant medicine has taken me to many different places and paths in life. I have dove pretty deeply, studying it in other countries and learning to make different sacred medicines. But it was really ayahuasca that led me to study sound healing and energy work and then human design. So it really opened me up on a really deep level to energy and energetic connections with others, to energetic exchanges with others, which is so much about human design and what human design points to and shows us. Like, human design is all energy, right? And it's been over the years of different experiences in the medicine realm and the integration of those experiences as well, that have really showed me how energetically sensitive I am. And there are things in human design that have explained things that I was feeling in my childhood, things that I thought something was wrong with me because of certain experiences I was having in childhood. And that's one of my favorite things to talk about in human design. It is related to the G Center, and I will most certainly make another video about that. But yeah, the first time I sat with ayahuasca tea, I heard these frequencies, the most beautiful sounds I've ever heard in my life, and it pierced my skull right to left. And it was the exact same frequency for what felt like hours, and it was piercing the music in the room, and it was extremely multi-dimensional. I could hear it, I could see it, I could feel it, I was it. And not many other people have had this experience. There are specific sounds that tend to come through with Aya, but I've spoken with a lot of different people about this, and have encountered maybe just a handful who have experienced similar frequencies of sound. And then the next sit with the tea, those frequencies became a range of frequencies. And again, the most gorgeous thing. And not long after that, I sat in my first holographic sound healing session in Austin, and I felt like I was back inside of an Aya ceremony again, feeling chakras light up, feeling energy coursing through my body, seeing colors and patterns and visuals. And I thought, oh my gosh, like what is this? What have I found? And I went back to this beautiful woman, sound healer in Austin, went back to every single one of her public group sessions. But after the first one, immediately I was hooked, and I just felt like, wow, what is this? And how can I learn more about this? And I feel so called to do this. And maybe about a year and a half after that first experience, I ended up taking my first sound healing training, signed up for one I saw in an Austin magazine, and turned out to be this woman's exact same teacher, one of them. And that practice has been extraordinary in my life, and I've since studied other modalities of sound and Reiki, channel light healing, different forms of psychic work, and different energy tools to work with. And eventually, once we start on this path, like, we start, gathering all these different tools, and eventually they just kind of morph into a synergy and alchemy of our own thing, right? That is unique to this being and the energies that I put forth and that I alchemize together, right? Each healer, each energy practitioner is going to have their own modality, their own unique energy, right? And it's so important for people to also just find, if you're looking to work with an energy healer or sound healer, just, finding that person who carries a frequency that resonates for you, right? Because I'm not going to be right for everyone, and that's okay. And that's another thing that brings us back to human design, right? It's following the highest alignment and following what is aligned for us, and each of us are designed differently. So, human design, being the science of differentiation, shows us what differentiates us energetically from other people, right? And what's correct for you on your path might be very incorrect for me on my path. So there is no one-size-shoe-fits-all for anything in life. Any approach that someone is teaching, for someone to make their decisions in this way, or for someone to follow this business model, for someone to move through life in this way, that's never going to be correct for everybody. So it's just so powerful to learn your own energetic functioning and learn about your human design and start experimenting with it, start practicing it. But yeah, working in ceremony and in plant medicine, that was really the first thing that really truly opened my eyes to my energetic sensitivity. And when I found human design, it took a couple years before I started deep diving into it. I first found it before I went to Costa Rica. I left the country for 2.5 years, and people would tell me little bits about my human design, but I would still look at my body graph and be so confused and have no idea what was happening there. And so, I strive to do my readings in a way where I'm actually teaching people, and really teaching people how to decode the body graph, and how to understand the terminology, the language, the foundation of human design, because the more awareness you have of the system, the more it's going to be able to serve you and benefit you. And when we come at it from a place of understanding the foundation, understanding the framework, understanding the terminology, it equips us with the tools necessary for us to start diving into the research. Most people will look at their body graph, look at their human design, feel so confused, not know what the heck is going on there, and have no idea where to start. So this is really what I specialize in, and I love holding human design workshops and just teaching people how to understand this and how to really integrate it into your life, because human design is here to be a tool to be integrated into your life. So I strive to equip people with the knowledge that they need and the awareness they need to dive deeper and dive further on their own. Really just because the more people who know this, the more we're all going to benefit from it. So I think that's about it for this introductory video. If anyone has questions, curiosities, if you would like to reach out to me, if you'd like to connect for a sound healing session, for a human design reading, or for human design coaching or guidance, please feel free to find me on the links below that I will post in the description. You can find me on my website, which is echoforest.love, and I will post a link to all of my socials as well. And hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, and sending so much love wherever you are. May you be blessed.